Hi, my name is Heather, and today I would like to show you how I take care of my brushes to keep them looking like new. The absolute most important thing is not to leave your brush sitting in the water. This is the one thing that will cause the most damage to your brush. Your brush should never be sitting in the water, not even for 5 minutes. This is so important. When you leave your brush in the water will go into the bristles and it's going to soak them and it's going to make them fray out. And each time you do it, it's just going to get worse and worse. And that is what causes the most destruction for brushes. When you are rinsing and drying your brush, there are certain ways that you should do it so that you don't cause damage to your brush. When you have your brush that's full of paint, the first thing you want to do is just put your brush in the water and tap it on the bottom. I am tapping it on the head of the brush, but I'm only doing it pretty gently, just so the bristles will spread out and the paint will come out of them. Then you take that brush and you want to dry it right away. You do not want your brush soaking in water. And the way that you dry it is very important too. You want to dry it gently on its side. You do not want to dry your brush like this. I see so many people do this in my class, even if it's at an angle too, like this. That's so bad. What you're doing is you are bending the part where the bristle comes out of the metal part right here, and you're bending it, so then your bristles aren't going to come out straight anymore. They're going to come out at an angle, and then that's how your bristles are going to end up all flailed. This brush right here is one of my brushes that was the example of a badly taken care of brush. If I use my good brush, and if I have all my paint in this brush, and then I'm just going to put it in the water and I'm going to tap on the bottom, and you can kind of see the paint coming out in a little cloud. Then I'm going to take my brush and I just dry it gently on its side, and remember you want to dry it right away so the water's not sitting on it. And then that's perfect. And with the flat brushes, I also like to just fold over the paper towel to sandwich it, and then you just pull it through, and that will help get the bristles flat again. So the key is that after your brush is wet, you want to dry it so that it is exactly how you want it to be. Kind of like with your hair. So if you wash your hair and you just kind of leave it a mess, then once it dries it's going to be crazy, right? But if you brush your hair and then let it dry, then every hair is going to be where you want it to be. So it's the same thing. You want to dry it so that it looks how you want it to be in the end. Now I'm going to show you how I wash my big brushes. For the big brushes, I don't wash them in my water because they're just going to make the water super dirty and I just have to change it right away. So with my big brushes, I usually just walk over to the sink and rinse them out. And there's a particular way that I like to do that as well. Okay, here we are at the sink. And the first thing I do is just rinse the brush regularly. I kind of massage the bristles a little bit, push it on the bottom of the sink to spread the bristles out. And this is going to get the initial paint off of the brush. And then if you look at the brush, it actually looks like it's clean. And you might think it's clean, but it's a trick. It's not really clean. If you spread the bristles and actually look like into the bristles, then you can see there's so much more paint. I like to spread the bristles out like that and let the water rinse over it, and then you'll see there's so much more paint in there. If you were to leave that paint, it would dry up and then your brush would get hard. So I open up those bristles and just rinse out all the extra paint until the water runs clear. Then I also like to get some soap and suds it up and wash once more, because a lot of times it'll look like it's clean, the water runs clear through it, but then I use soap and then more paint comes out. So I always like to do that too, and then rinse it again and make sure that it runs clear with the soap. And then at that point, then I know it's really clean. But see, I'm still spreading the bristles and making sure I'm getting in between all of the bristles. That's really important. And then after that, I just make sure I dry it the same way as my smaller flat brushes. You just want to make sure you sandwich it between the towel or paper towel or whatever you're using, and just dry it gently on its side. Look at your bristles, make sure that they're in place how you like it. And as you can see, it's all clean in between all of the bristles. Okay, that's all. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you'll be able to keep your brushes looking like new and not have any more frayed brushes. Thanks for watching.